Bullies slapped a disabled alien girl. An hour later, human veterans walked in. The Celestial Harmony Station orbited peacefully above the neutral zone, a gleaming testament to interspecies cooperation. Within its chromium walls, dozens of alien races mingled, traded and coexisted under the watchful eye of the Galactic Council. It was supposed to be a place of safety, a sanctuary where all beings could find refuge regardless of their homeworld or species. Rose had always believed in that promise. The young human woman worked as a medical technician in the station's civilian quarter, her days filled with caring for beings from across the galaxy. Her gentle nature and quick smile had earned her respect among the diverse population, but nothing had prepared her for what she witnessed in the recreation sector that afternoon. The Kravix were known throughout the galaxy as bullies. Their thick armored hides and towering frames made them natural intimidators, and they had built their reputation on exploiting the weak. 3 of them had cornered a small Velari girl near the viewing port, her translucent wings trembling with fear. Rose recognized her immediately. Lissa came to the medical bay every week for her treatments. The young alien suffered from a degenerative condition that had withered her left wing, leaving it twisted and useless. She couldn't fly like others of her kind, couldn't perform the graceful aerial dances that were central to Velari culture, but she had the brightest spirit Rose had ever encountered, always humming little melodies despite her pain. Now, that spirit was being crushed. "Look at the cripple," one Kravik sneered, his mandibles clicking with cruel amusement. "Can't even spread your wings properly, can you, little moth?" Lissa's large, luminescent eyes filled with tears. She tried to back away, but they had her trapped against the transparent wall, the stars glittering mockingly behind her. "Please," she whispered in broken standard. "I just want to pass." The largest Kravix reached out and slapped her across the face. The sound echoed through the corridor like a thunderclap. Lysa crumpled to the floor, her good wing folding protectively over her body. Rose didn't remember deciding to move. One moment she was frozen in horror, the next she was running forward, her medical kit forgotten on the ground. "Get away from her!" Rose shouted, placing herself between the bullies and their victim. The Kravix looked at her with amused contempt. "And what will you do, soft skin? Humans are weak. Everyone knows this. Station security has been alerted." Rose lied, her heart hammering. "You need to leave now." They laughed, but eventually slouched away, their heavy footsteps reverberating down the corridor. Rose immediately knelt beside Lisa, checking her for injuries while the young Velari sobbed quietly. "It's okay," Rose murmured, helping her to a bench. "You're safe now. Let me call someone." With shaking hands, she pulled out her communicator and sent a message to the one person she knew would understand. Mark had served with her brother in the Terran Defense Forces before retiring to the station. If anyone could help, it was him. Exactly 1 hour later, the recreation sector's main entrance doors hissed open. Mark walked in first, his combat boots making purposeful sounds against the deck plating. Behind him came 5 others, all wearing the weathered jackets that marked them as human veterans. They moved with the quiet confidence of soldiers who had seen real combat, their eyes scanning the environment with practiced efficiency. The Kravix were still there, lounging near the bar and boasting about their earlier conquest. They barely glanced up as the humans entered. Mark approached their table slowly, his hands relaxed at his sides. The cybernetic replacement for his left arm gleamed dully in the station's lighting, a souvenir from the frontier wars. "Heard you boys had some fun today," Mark said conversationally. The largest Kravix, the one who had struck Lissa, looked up with disinterest. "What's it to you, human?" "Well, see, that little girl you hit? She's under our protection now." Mark's voice remained calm, almost friendly. "And we don't take kindly to people hurting kids, especially disabled kids who can't defend themselves." The Kravix stood towering over Mark by nearly 2 feet. "Humans are weak. Your species can barely lift your own weight. You think you frighten us?" Mark smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "You know what your problem is? You judge strength by size and armor. That's not how humans measure it." One of the other veterans, a woman with scars crisscrossing her face, stepped forward. "Humans survived on a death world. We climbed to the top of a food chain where everything was bigger, stronger, and faster than us. You know how we did it? We got creative," another veteran added, cracking his knuckles. The Kravix leader laughed nervously now. "You can't fight us here. Station regulations. Don't worry, Mark interrupted. We're not going to fight you. We're just going to make sure you understand something very clearly. He leaned in close, his voice dropping to a whisper that somehow carried more menace than any shout. You see that girl over there? He gestured to where Rose sat with Lisa, both watching from a safe distance. She's shown more courage in one day than you'll have in your entire life. And every human on this station knows what you did. We've spread the word. The other veterans nodded, their expressions hard. From now on, Mark continued, every time you walk through these corridors, we'll be watching. Every time you eat, sleep, or breathe on this station, one of us will be nearby. You'll never know when or where, but we'll be there. And if you so much as look at Lissa wrong again, if you even think about touching another person who can't defend themselves, we'll show you exactly why humans are the only species crazy enough to strap themselves to controlled explosions just to reach the stars. The Kravix's armored plates had gone pale. He looked around at the gathering crowd, seeing other humans among them, all watching with the same quiet intensity. This is your only warning, Mark said, straightening up. You bullies like picking on the weak? Well, now you've got the attention of something you can't intimidate. We don't forget. We don't forgive. And we sure as hell don't let people hurt innocent kids. The Kravix and his companions left quickly, their earlier swagger completely gone. Mark walked over to Rose and Lissa, his expression softening immediately. He knelt down to the young Velari's level, his voice gentle. Hey there, little one. I'm Mark. Nobody's going to hurt you again. You have my word. Lissa's wings fluttered weakly, her luminescent eyes wide with wonder. Why help me? Rose put an arm around her shoulders, smiling. Because that's what humans do. We protect those who can't protect themselves. It's not about being the strongest or the toughest. It's about standing up for what's right. Mark nodded. Besides, I heard you like to hum. My daughter used to do the same thing. Would you sing something for us? As Lisa's tentative melody filled the air, the other veterans settled nearby, their protective presence unmistakable. Word spread quickly through the station. Humanity had drawn a line, and crossing it meant facing the wrath of those who had survived wars that would have broken lesser species. The Kravix never bothered anyone on the Celestial Harmony Station again. And Lissa? She continued her treatments, but now she walked the corridors with her head held high, knowing that sometimes the strongest protectors come in the most unexpected packages, scarred, weathered, and utterly unwilling to let evil triumph over innocence. That was the human way, and